But we'll go ahead and get started. We're going to be talking about the SFAR mobile plan that's being offered through Zenlist, a little bit more about what that includes, what's offered with it, what the relationship between Zenlist and SFAR is. So I'll pass this over to HUD, let him speak a little bit about how this decision was made and a little bit more context, and then we'll dive into our demo.
Thank you, Jesse, and good morning, everybody. Nice to see you online for this event. As you may be aware, over the last year and a half, we've been working with Zenlist first to deliver a mobile experience unparalleled for other MLS offerings, to give you the broker tour functionality, adding and editing of your broker tours, creating your broker tours, adding and editing your properties directly in the MLS, and it's what we would call an alternative front end. And beyond that, in the last year, we spent a lot of time with the software development team at Zenlist, especially when we had the outage in August. And these guys were instrumental in really coming to save the day and help us create a bridge between the Zenlist data, which was all of the SFAR data, and being able to quickly move that data through distribution to Zillow and Trulia. Since then, we're working on a backup solution together so that if that ever happens again, we will be able to do the same thing, but have further reach and distribution. So they're very important internal inside the MLS partner with SFAR. There are development partners, and the concept behind SFAR Mobile is that you will always have free to your use the ability to edit your listings, to do the things you need to do as an agent, as a broker. When it comes to collaborating with more of your clients and using this more as a CRM tool for communicating with your clients, that's when you would be looking at the Pro upgrade, which allows for unlimited clients. So again, SFAR is committed to continuing to develop the SFAR Mobile. So it's really your agent tool. But we're going to talk a little bit more about how the collaborations in Zenlist Pro work. And beyond that, we're thrilled to work with Zenlist. They're a great technology partner, and we figure that the next couple of years are going to get really interesting. So thanks a lot, Jesse.
Yeah, thank you, HUD. So we'll talk a little bit. We'll spend the majority of our time together today in a live demo. I'll actually share my screen with you, walk you through your Zenlist account and what all of that collaboration looks like. But I want to give you some expectations on what you might learn today, what we might walk away with a better understanding of. That includes everything from that client collaboration HUD mentioned to activity or behavior insights for your clients. You'll have access to local data that's important to you in your markets. You'll have a complete search for all of the North Carolina, so that Bay Area search. You'll have everyone there. So you're not going to be missing out on anything. You don't have to use any more than one account for you or your clients, as well as things like those broker tours that we mentioned. There's a public profile that I'm going to show you, and tons more built into the Zenlist app. So as I mentioned at the top, this is getting recorded, so you can come back and reference it. There's also a Q&A box across the bottom of this Zoom room. So if you have any questions along the way as we're talking, there's a ton of us behind the scenes that are eager to help answer anything we can do to help. We'll save some time towards the end as well. We can use to have a little bit more of a discussion about any questions that you still have lingering. So drop them in the Q&A as they come up. We'll either address it in real time, you'll get a response from one of our team, or we'll chat with you towards the end here as well. So without further ado, I'll go ahead and I'll take you into my Zenlist account. I'll show you what all of this looks like. This is what you're going to see in your desktop application. So if you're using a laptop or a computer, this is what Zenlist will look like. Everything's cross-compatible through the mobile app as well. So depending on whatever device you prefer, depending on where you are planning on working during that day, you'll have everything I'm going to show you available in both the web and the mobile app. So if I have time, depending on how efficiently I can get through everything I want to show you, I might be able to show you the mobile app as well, but there's also tons of resources and you can download that if you want to follow along. It's just Zenlist in the App Store or the Google Play Store, but this is what it looks like on your computer. So you'll be brought to a screen that looks a little something like this. You'll have your main navigation across the left side of your screen here. Your clients will populate just to the right of that. And then you'll have these feeds that begin to populate as well with all of those listings. And before we dive too deep into all of the menus and options that you have here, I want to take you into the search tab because Zenlist is an invitation only platform. So there are a couple of different ways that you can invite your clients to join you on Zenlist. There's an option here, kind of the quick and easy ways to invite a client up at the very top. This will allow you to enter their information, their first name, last name, email address. Phone number is optional. I highly recommend it. It's safe to put into Zenlist. What it will do is send a copy of the invitation to your clients as a text message. So I highly recommend that for a really good first impression and a really nice user experience, but that's kind of the quick and easy way to invite a client. I recommend if you have it, if you have the time and you have the criteria that you know your clients are looking for, to start them off with a search. So if I go into my search tab and I swap over to California, I can start building a search for my client and then invite them at the same time that I save it. You can start, there's no right or wrong way. You can start with the search or start with the invitation. You'll get the same results either way, but you'll save a couple clicks if you start in the search tab. And so here I'll have this map that'll open for me. I'll zoom out a little bit. All of these little black dots are listings that are on Zenlist, and I've got a complete filter option. So some of the highlights across the top are the most commonly used filters, and there's some more updates that are really exciting coming to what's available here in this top kind of quick filter list. There's also a complete filter just in that top left corner. This will give you everything you may need to see. You'll have district information, broker tour properties, price ranges, bedrooms, bathrooms, pools, parking, pets, all of that stuff that you may need, you'll have here in this filter list. And there's actually a search for a filter option here that will take you directly to the filter you're looking for. So if I go with parking, that's my favorite example to use. I can type in that word parking and it will bring me all of the filters that apply to that word. So I don't have to scroll through that list and search for days trying to find exactly the filter I want. I can use that search button to take me exactly to the filter I need and then click to add it. I've got different property types. I've got all of the statuses, including closed or off-market listings. Tons of different options here. I'll use this districts filter because you can search by either district or sub-district. And you can use that to hone in on the search criteria that you're seeing. So I'll choose District 2, zoom in my map a little bit, and I know that all of these properties here that are populating in my search fall within that district. I can then go as far as to save this search in the top right corner, but there's some other options I want to show you before we get to that save search step. You can add additional filters here across the top. You can custom draw boundaries if we don't have whatever you may need pre-populated, or if you need to search by a radius, a mileage distance from a point of interest. All of those options are available to you. You'll have a hot sheet filter as well, which will show you all of the market activity based in that certain time point, and you can filter this. So you'll be able to see hot sheet information just for District 2 or hot sheet information just for single family homes. You can use that in conjunction with the different filters to really get the set of information you may want. So I choose the last 7 days. It'll update my search results. And this is everything that I know has happened in the last 7 days. Go ahead, Hud.
Oh, Jesse, yeah, a question came in that I wanted to address because it's related to the type of data that we see in Zenlist.
Mhm.
Um, we're pleased to say that because Zenlist is inside the MLS application, it does include all of the NorCal Alliance data. It's the same data that you will see in Rapatoni. It is our mobile app, and it is our inside the MLS. So if you look on the top left-hand corner, you see where it shows California combined. That's your search filter that can illustrate. If you click on that, you can see all of the various other MLSs well, actually it's because it's your admin account, I think it's showing
Yeah.
everybody, but typically you're gonna you would see um uh MetroList, etc. So it's a good idea to keep it on California combined, of course, as Jesse is doing it, but it's just to illustrate that because this is a for lack of a better word, an MLS application, it does have access to that data. Thank you.
Yeah. So everything in this hot sheet, is going to search all of those MLSs kind of combined into that one layer. So I've got a really good kind of aggregated or cumulative search here. Ooh, zoomed out too far. In conjunction with this hot sheet, you'll also have some listing statistics in that bottom left corner. This will show you what the statistics are for that activity. So I'm looking at just District 2 in the last 7 days. These are the statistics that fall into that. So there's a lot of capability. I recommend playing around with this, taking a look and seeing kind of what that information can do to help you in your workflows. All of it's available in the mobile app as well. So just some good tools that you'll have in that search tab. Remove my hot sheet filter just so we can see. And then I'll remove my statuses too, just so I've got active. There we go. So from this point, after I've added all of my filters, I feel really good about the set of properties I'm seeing. This is everything I know my client's looking for, everything I know I'm looking for. I'll click to Save Search in the top right corner. And this is going to ask me who the search is intended for. So I can save this search to myself if this is just the area that I want to check in on frequently, or I have an upcoming client that I might want to start watching that market for. I can save this just for myself, a little sandbox or a playground just for me. I can save it to an active or invited client that I have here. Your clients can have as many searches running as they like. There's no limit on that. Or I can also choose to invite a new client here, which is kind of what we came here to do. So I'll choose new client and I'll show you what this invitation process looks like. It's the same screen as before. So I'll enter my client's name. Susie Sunshine is my favorite. I'll enter her email address, zenlist.com. If I've got her phone number, I'll enter that here. And when I click invite, it'll send her the email invitation. It'll also send that text message if I've included her cell phone number. And on this screen here, I'll be able to add any other feed members that need to join us. So if Susie has a partner that she's searching with, if she has a roommate that she's searching with, I can have as many feed members on this feed as I may need. So to add her partner, I'll click to invite new in that little menu. I'll choose client and enter that second person's information here. That way they're going to be connected together. They're going to see the same search results. They're going to see the same communication coming from me. They're in a shared environment, just the three of us collaborating together. You may have also noticed you can also add a co-agent. So if I have a business partner that I want to connect with, if you wanted to upgrade your account, this would be included in that pro plan. We'll talk more about those options and what they look like, but it is a capability that's available to you if you work with teams very often, or you collaborate with another agent. This is something that's available to you as well. So once you've added all of your feed members, you'll just click on next. You'll give the search a name. I'll call it District 2. If I could type District 2 and save. And it's going to kind of refresh your screen. It'll take you into that client's feed. It should. Well, it should take you into that client's feed. I'll go into Jess and Rory. They're my favorite test clients for the California area. They'll populate like this. So I'll have that client's name. Once they create their account, they accept my invitation. They'll move into that active status that Jess and Rory are in. And then their feed populates just to the right. This is exactly what my clients see when they sign into their account. They're not going to have a list of clients because they're only working with me. It's another beautiful thing about Zenlist is that your clients can't be working with more than one agent at a time. So I know that Jess and Rory are working with me. They're committed to me. We've got that working relationship. So they won't have this list of clients here, but everything else is really mirrored. Well, I know that they have the same list of properties in the same order with all of the same photos. They're seeing exactly what I see when they sign into their account. Now, I can also click into the listings here to see the property details. This will take me in to review all of the information available to me. I've got all the photos, any virtual tours or videos will be here. And then working my way down the right-hand side, I'll have the public remarks. I'll be able to see the listing agent's information. That'll also be restricted from my clients. So they won't be able to contact a listing agent through Zenlist without me. They'll be working with me. All of that communication comes directly to me, but I've got it here just so I can contact them quickly and efficiently if I need to. There's a great note section for you and your clients to share key details, a great mortgage calculator, some similar homes nearby that'll help you understand what might be going on in that market, help your clients understand what might be happening nearby that property. And then you'll have schools down below. Go ahead, Hud.
Thank you. I just wanted to point out, you see that there's realist integration there. And if you scroll down a little bit to where the tax data is, Jesse, this is an example of how we were able to utilize our existing contract with Realist and make that data available so that you guys can have the same access to the tax data that you would expect. And also, one way to share listings is through that unbranded link. And I've been seeing some of the agents sharing that socially, and it's just a way for you to share that just really easily out of the application, especially if it's your listing. So I just wanted to point that out, Jesse. Thanks.
Yeah. So that public branded page can be shared anywhere. It can be shared in a text message. If, like I'd said, if this is my listing and I want to give it a little shout out in my social media, I can take this link and I'll open it in an incognito tab to show you what that looks like. It'll bring you to this really beautiful branded landing page. So I've got all of the same information here. I've got the listing information, all of the photos. So anyone who clicks on this link from my Facebook, any of the clients that maybe I text this to my clients directly so that they can take a peek at it, will be able to see all of this information and then respond back to me if I have that conversation going with them. Alternatively, if they clicked on it from Facebook or my social media, if I run an ad campaign around it, they'll also have the option to request access to Zenlist through me. And we'll talk a little bit more about those leads when we get to your public profile, but this is another way for you to generate leads or grow your business using Zenlist in that marketing strategy. Clients will be able to request access to work with you. They can't create an account without your approval, but they'll be coming to you with the request to create or to access Zenlist through you. They become a client just like anyone else. You'll be able to see their activity and things like that. So that'll help you kind of gauge what's happening in those marketing efforts, where those leads are coming from, and funnel all of them directly into your Zenlist account, which is where, in theory, you and your clients would be searching for everything they may need together. So both great options. You've got the public branded page. You can also send this listing directly in a chat message inside of the Zenlist app if this client's working with you and you want to be sure that they see it, or you want to start a conversation about it. You've got that send button, which will go in a chat message. Your clients have very similar call to actions. They have different activities that they can take. So I'm just going to take you, I've got a screenshot of what that looks like for your clients here. They'll have that same send button. So if they want to send me the listing to start a conversation about it, maybe they have some questions or they want my opinion, whatever that looks like, they can also start the conversation with me so that they can communicate with me in the same place that they found the property. They can request a tour on the home if it's one that they're really interested in. They'll actually dictate an urgency. So they'll be able to say, I want to see this property as soon as possible over the next 2 or 3 days, over the weekend. So that way you know how urgently they'd like to have an appointment to go see that property, and you can get working on that. All of that is sent directly to you so that you can work with a listing agent on behalf of your clients. Just above that, they also have the option to hide or save listings. So a hide is like a not interested, a dislike property. They don't want to receive any updates about it in the future. And saving, it's kind of just going to fold the corner of the page. It's initially, I liked this property, whereas requesting a tour is like a super like, I really, please schedule me this. I want to go see it in person. So you've got some sliding scales. You've got some options here and how your clients will communicate with you inside of Zenlist. Great. So if I take a step back, take you just back to Jess and Rory here in my main feed, I can look through all those properties. There's some folders that will populate based on what has happened to those listings over time. So I'll default to everything. They've got over 1,000 in here. But if I wanted to just see what my clients have expressed interest in, I can come to see what they've saved. There are 16 in this saved folder that I can look at. Maybe I might be able to help get some insights, see some trends about what they might like in this information. I'll have their tour requests all here. There's 5 in this folder for me, and so on. There's price changes. There's a folder for upcoming broker tours so that you can see what you might want to go and see on your broker tour on Tuesday. You've got all that information here in these folders. And there's also an activity log in that top right corner, which will show you step by step what your clients have been up to. So I can see exactly what my client Jess has clicked into, what he's saved, what he's hidden. I can click on these properties to go into the listing detail page and see, maybe gather some insights about why he might have hidden this property. I've got all of those options here in that client activity log here. These are from 2 weeks ago, but it'll give you an idea of what that might look like with your clients. Cool. So I want to talk about this tours section and broker tours specifically. I kind of skipped over that when we were in the search tab because I want to talk about tours as a whole. And these tour folders will help you to not only organize the tours or the showings that you may be taking your clients on, they can also really help you organize your broker tours on Tuesdays. So I have a tour folder here for Jess and Rory. I've added some properties in here. This is a really good idea of what your clients will see when you're scheduling a day of showings for them. You can assign that tour folder to them, add them all, work on your route, optimize your times, all of that. But you can also use these tour folders for your broker tours. So before I dive into everything on the screen, I'll take you back to your search tab here. And I'm going to look at only broker tour properties. And I've got all of that information here for me. So I can either click through these, I can add filters. So if I just want to see broker tours in, we'll use my District 2 example from earlier. There's 4 here that I can start working on. I can use all of those filters to really decide what's shown in this search result and use that to have all of the information I may need. Now you may be thinking, yeah, that's great, but like, how do I see this? Like, I have to click into all of these. And there's a really great update we did in the list view. So just below that Save Search button, you've got different views you can see your search tab in. And you'll have a tile view. This has all those pretty pictures, but there's also a list view, and this can be customized. So this should mirror what you get on Tuesdays for all of the upcoming broker tours, that PDF download that you may be printing off and highlighting or check
That's what I was
marking.
just going to say. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, it emulates what SFR our agents have been doing for the last 15 years with the printed PDF. The
Mm-hmm.
benefits Jess is going to show you is that you can customize this to what works for you and build your routes.
Yeah, so you'll have the districts that proper, well, actually, let me customize just in that top right corner. I might have removed the district. Yeah, so you can move the district and the sub-district. I can add, I think it's repeated tour to my list. I can drag and drop these into the order that I care about seeing them in. And when I click save, it'll add all of that information for me here so that I can really customize what I'm seeing here. I don't need to print that sheet anymore. I can then say, maybe I want to see all 4 of these, or maybe I only want to see 2. I can check those 2 that I want to go see on Tuesday, and it'll give me this little, I like to call it a shopping cart, this little widget guy here that'll show you the 2 you've selected, and then you can take actions on them. So since we're working on a broker tour, I can click to add it to a tour, and I'll create a tour folder for myself. So I'll say it's a new tour because these are 2 for clients. I'll say the tour is for myself here at the very top. I'll choose next Tuesday and click create. And then as new broker tours are scheduled, I can add those to my tour folder. I can keep that updated and living and breathing. So if I click go to tour, I've now got that folder with myself. It'll say it's a broker tour. It's got those properties and it's living and breathing. So I can add additional properties and broker tours to that folder for myself. Now I've gone a little bit further in this tour for Jess and Rory. So we'll use that as my example here. It's got all of these different stops in here. So some of that customization you can start to work on is the order or the route you're going to see properties in. You can drag and drop all of these into a specific order if there's one that you'd like to see first, or maybe there's a time constraint. If there's an open house that you'd like to see and fit into, you can use that as a tool for you when you're organizing that route. You can add additional stops as well. I've got a coffee shop in here that we are going to end up at. You can add that with an MLS ID, an address, or even just any business that's on Google. You can really customize all of those stops for you. And if I extend my map a little bit, you can see all of these little black dots are my stops. These are all of the different places that we're going to go see. So I can click to show the route, and it'll say, based on the order you have these properties currently in, this is the route you're going to be traveling. This is how long it's going to take you to get from point A to point B, and so on. I can also optimize this route, which will put it in the smartest route possible based on where I'm starting and where I'm stopping. That way I'm not retracing any of my steps, and I can really go in a very efficient route. It'll happen very quickly, but it'll rearrange everything on my map. So now I'm going in just a straight line, And I know I'm not wasting any gas, I'm not wasting any effort retracing all of those steps. This optimized route won't take into account broker tour times. So if you're going to optimize the route, you're going to want to keep it into your specific broker tour time slot, or just be mindful of that. It won't take into account when the open house or the broker tour is scheduled for, but it's a good tool for you, and there's some ways you can work around it and help to optimize your tour route so you're traveling very efficiently. When you're building a tour folder for your clients, you've got some other options as well where you can add the time stops and the tour statuses. So I can say, this one we're starting at about 12. I can look at my route to say, okay, it's going to take me 9 minutes to get to point B. Maybe we need to schedule this one at 12:45 to give us plenty of time. I've got all of those options I can add into here. And I've also got a status that'll let me say whether or not that appointment has been requested or confirmed with the listing agent. My client can see this. They won't be able to make any changes to this tour folder, but Jess and Rory can log into their account and see what I'm working for them to go see and tour with me on Saturday. Anything this notes column beyond will be restricted from your clients. This is that agent information that they won't be able to access, but they can see the time slots, the tour status, the route that you're taking them in, so that they can follow along. This notes column I would recommend using for lockbox codes, instructions on how to enter the building. If there's a secret passcode you have to tell the doorman, you can use that and leave it as a little nugget to yourself here so that you have everything you need on the day of your tour. This is just for you, notes to yourself. Your clients won't be able to see this. And then you'll also have the showing instructions as well, which will show you the contact information for that listing agent. And if it's set up on showing time, you'll be able to see that as well. Like this here, that'll take you directly into the showing time listing page, so you can request that appointment with the listing agent, whatever those showing instructions may be. Now, we've spent some time, say 10 minutes has passed. We've added all of our time slots, we've requested all of our appointments, and now we're on the day of our tour. We're ready to go see all of these properties. I can open this in the top right corner. I've got this little ... menu that will let me open this tour folder in my map application. If you're on the mobile app, you can also open in Google Maps or Apple Maps, depending on which platform you prefer. But it'll remember the route that you've built for yourself. So I don't have to write down all the addresses. I don't have to remember or MapQuest anything. I don't have to print anything out. I've got everything I need right here. So whether I'm taking a client out or I'm seeing, I've planned out my broker tour route for my Tuesday, I've got all that information here. I can just click go, connect it to my car, and hit the road running. Your clients will be able to do the same. So if you're not going to carpool together, your clients can pull up that same route if they need to. And then on the day of your tour, you can also open all of the listing information. So let's say we show up to stop number 1. I can open the listing details page. We can review that tax information. We can look at the mortgage calculator together. We can see what is in the private broker remarks. All of that information is available to me in that mobile app. So I don't even need to print any listing sheets. Everything I need is available to me in the Zenlist app on the go on my mobile phone. So lots of customization in here. You can use these tour folders, like I said, either as broker tour option or with your clients. You've got that flexibility in your account. So play around with it next, maybe Tuesday when you go out on your next broker tour, open up that mobile app. You can, again, just from the search tab, the filter is to show broker tour properties only, and then you can filter it. You can see that list. You've got all of those options. So just play around with it next time you're going out. See what that might look like to fit into your workflow. It's a great tool to play around with. Perfect. Next on our list here that we're going to talk about is this public profile. Your public profile, oh, there we go. Okay. Your public profile will look a little something like this. Sometimes it's called your Zen link. It's got a cute nickname, but this is a link that you can use to market yourself as someone who offers Zenlist to their clients. So we were talking earlier about those leads or those clients that may be able to request access to you. You can use that either in a link directly to your properties or directly to a property, but this Zen link is also a great tool to market yourself. So rather than sharing a direct link to a property on my Facebook, I can share this link and my clients will be able to learn all about me. I can add all of these different sections. I can put them in the order that I like. I can connect my Google ads, my Google reviews, my Zillow reviews. I see there's a question in here, videos as well. I don't know if that's referring to a listing or not, but you can upload or embed your YouTube videos here. I've seen people who have YouTube channels and podcast episodes connect those onto their Zen link, and you can really customize this so that it's exactly what you like. And then you'll just copy your link. And again, I'll open it in an incognito window, show you what mine looks like. I'm not a real agent, so it's not super impressive, but it'll give you an idea of what you can work with. It'll have your name in that title. It's got a beautiful branded to yourself page here. You can customize what this button looks like, what that call to action is. I've got a great bio. I've got my website linked. Maybe I have a great video for a listing of mine. I've got, drone footage that's been edited by my videographer. I can link that here through a YouTube embed, my listing statistics, a listing map, all of my Zillow reviews, my Google reviews. All of this is here. So I take this link, for instance, and I put it in my email signature. I put it in my Facebook, my Instagram, everywhere I can put a link for free. I'm going to share this. And then as people click on this link, they'll be able to read all about me. And when they read all of this and they're like, wow, this person really is great, I should work with them, I'll be able to request access and work with you. This is going to have them actually create an account. So they'll verify their first and last name. They'll verify their email address so we know it's a real person on the other side. And then that information is sent to you. It's wrapped up in a bow and sent to you as a request or a lead in your Zenlist account. You'll find them just to the right of your active clients here. And then you can approve them. So I get an email saying, hey, Susie wants to work with me on Zenlist, approve. She becomes a client just like anybody else. I can see her searches. I can see her activity. I can collaborate and communicate with her. I've got that chat thread going. I've got all of that direct communication and collaboration with her, regardless of whether or not they were sent an invitation or they came to me through my Zen links. You've got that option where you can use to market yourself in that marketing strategy. Perfect. Just below that, you'll have a notification center that will give you a rundown of all of the highlights in your account. So everything your clients have been up to, you're being notified for all of their behavior all along the way. So anytime your clients save a property or request a tour on a property, if they leave you a note or save a new search, by default, you're getting notified for all of that. We'll send you an email notification as well as a push notification if you download our mobile app. So you're always in the know about what your clients are up to. In addition to the activity log, this is just kind of to triple check yourself. You can use it as a checklist. This will give you just kind of the highlight reel of what your clients have been doing in case you miss a notification anywhere along the way. And again, you can click into these to see exactly what it is. So my client Richard requested a tour for the weekend. Just yesterday, if I click on that notification, it'll take me into that listing. I can then schedule that appointment for my client. I can contact the listing agent. I have all of that at my fingertips here. Just below that, this is where your chat threads will live. It'll open this little window in the bottom right corner. I like to expand it. This little expand button will take over your screen, and then you've got lots of capability. Whoop. Oh my gosh. Oh, Richard. There we go. You've got all of this insight into what you've been communicating with your clients in. I've got this running thread of everything Richard and I have talked about. There's some cute emojis I can use to react to his messages. We can reply in threads. I can just send him a casual, hey, how's it going? Let me know if you need anything this weekend. Or I can send him listings. He can check in with me. I've got this communication thread with him, as well as some insights into what listings we may have been talking about in chat, who's included in all of that. All of that is here for you. And then you can also close it down, close it out. And it's a really great communication tool you can take with you from the app on your phone. You'll get those push notifications as well. So these chat messages you're also notified about all along the way, so that you're always in the know about what your clients are asking of you. And then just below that, almost done, we're in the home stretch, you've got the support button. This is how you get in touch with our phenomenal support team. I see some of you are chatting with them. We've got an amazing team behind the scenes that are eager to help you. They're very responsive, about 1.5 minute response time. So we're happy to hear whatever suggestions you have when you have questions, because it's bound to happen. Lean on us. We're here to be a resource to help make it easy. We can also help your clients. So if they're having any technical difficulties or you don't feel equipped to help them get started and sign up for their Zenlist account, send them our way. We'll take really good care of them. We won't tell them which house to buy or anything like that, but we can help them get acclimated inside of Zenlist, get comfortable, and be that tech support. We can wear that hat for you to help alleviate some of that stress if you feel it. Go ahead, Hud.
I just wanted to thank you again for a great training today. And in terms of an easy way for you to access, if you have not signed up, we have almost 1,600 of our agents, thankfully, are using the Zenlist application, whether that's for basic or the pro version. But is that you can go to your dashboard, your Clarity dashboard that you go to get all of your apps. And there's a link right there on the top for Zenlist, and you click right through, and that will get you to the sign up page as well. So try to make it easy, and you'll be able to access that. And again, Jesse, it's always fun to have trainings by you guys, and thanks for letting me jump in occasionally with a blurb here and there on my birthday even.
Yeah, no, happy birthday. What a great way to spend your birthday with us. I'll take you back to my slides because I've got just some homework you can take with you. The SFAR mobile plan's covered at no cost. So you can sign up right now. There's no credit card required, no obligation to upgrade. There are those options if you're interested in diving a little bit deeper, understanding what those are. We have a great quiz that can help you decide which plan might be best for you. You'll tell us a little bit about what your business looks like right now, how you communicate with your clients, and then based on what you tell us, we'll make a recommendation for which plan might be right for you. So if you're struggling with that, if you're curious, all that account or that upgrade information is available inside of your account page under the My Subscription tab, but you can also take this quiz and it'll share with you some more resources. But the mobile app is available to you for free. Broker tours, you've got included at no cost. All of that is graciously covered for you by SFAR. So great benefit. And then as Hud said, you can get started. You can either go through your dashboard. You can also go directly to zenlist.com if that's easier for you. Download our mobile app. If you're not in front of your computer right now, you'll just search Zenlist. It's available in the App Store, the Google Play Store. And then you'll verify your MLS ID. We'll recognize that you're with SFAR. We'll add you to that plan, and then you're brought directly into your account. So it's easy peasy, lemon squeezy. If you have any remaining questions, we'll hang out just a couple more minutes to help answer anything that may be lingering. If you have any other thoughts or questions that you want to talk a little bit further about, we're happy to hang out and help answer those. If you feel good and comfortable, I thank you for your time. I thank everyone here for their support in the Q&A. Thank you to HUD for spending your birthday with me. Class is dismissed. If you don't need anything else from us, you'll get the recording in your email tomorrow. But if anyone here has any other questions or anything else they're curious about, put them in the Q&A or contact our support team. We're happy to help however we can.